Available when you want, how you want, on the Ace and TJ family app. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
It is a very special time, as it is every week at this time. This is that moment when the week that was pop culture and the week that was the Ace and TJ show is reviewed for us in song. Why are y'all laughing? What's going on?
I don't know. Whenever I'm about to play my song, she like backs away from me like I'm going to explode. Don't do that. It's weird.
It is time for Riggins and the week in review.
And this is my song, it's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. Taco Bell is introducing a Mountain Dew Baja Blast pie. And it's like an iridescent green and blue. So if you're white trash with a sweet tooth, I have the perfect thing for you. Taco Bell is also releasing their own canned cold brew. I would never give this a try. Washing down a breakfast burrito with a cold brew is psychotic, and you know why. As a Catholic, I'm not supposed to eat meat on Fridays. If you're observing Lent from the start, I guess I'll remove the roast beef and turkey sub that's currently sitting in my Publix cart.
And this is my song, it's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you.
Ace went to an hour-long baby music class teaching music to the little tyke, and from everything I read online, it doesn't rock as much as Ace would like. It just didn't rock hard enough.
It doesn't rock at all.
Today is National No One Eats Alone Day. Time to have some company instead. So I'm expecting visitors at 11 p.m. while I'm hammering meatballs and garlic bread. Jennifer Lopez's new movie is out today. It's on Prime, so you don't have to wait. It's a, quote, introspective musical starring J-Lo, and somehow the reviews are great.
My song is called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you.
The Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Is Patrick Mahomes the GOAT? I don't know. I was fast asleep before Reba even sang a note. Those poor 49ers fans who've had their share of defeats have to walk home from the bars in their feces-laden streets. San Francisco is actually a great city. I'm officially a fan. Rice-A-Roni, Babylon AD. Keep your chin up if you can.
And this is my song, it's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you.
Valentine's Day came and went, and here's what I have to say. I'm single and I can't use Pornhub. You're lucky I'm here today. Beyonce is making a country album, but she won't be trading her heels for flats. Imagine the same annoying Beyonce fans just now in cowboy hats. Taylor jetted off after the Super Bowl, not following her mans. She's like, I'd love to go back to Missouri, but unfortunately I have plans.
The song is called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you.
For the record, I would rather be in Missouri any day. Maybe not Kansas City, but for sure Cape Girardeau.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Love Cape Girardeau.
Mm-hmm. I always think of it, though, as where Geraldo Rivera is from, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not? Should be.
Cape Girardeau, Missouri. All right. There's a woman who is 39 years old, and she just found out that she did something so unbelievably gross in the past when she was younger. She didn't know it at the time, but now she knows that it is full on icky and gross and disgusting what she did. So we'll tell you what that was and how it all happened coming up next.
Missed part of the show? Just download it. Get the Ace and TJ podcast on any platform. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
All guests of the Ace and TJ show stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms, incredible dining options. Book your room by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group. Attention Charlotte, treat yourself to a delicious meal that's made with fresh, seasonal ingredients and ready in just 20 minutes. Enjoy a fine dining experience without ever leaving your home. Head over to tableandtwine.com.
From the Calitrin Studios, Calitrin is the safe and effective way to lose weight. Find out more about Calitrin at acetj.com/weight loss. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Hey, don't forget, what is it, February 26th? We're starting the new little projects that we talked about yesterday. It's all a buzz on social medias when you posted those things yesterday, Riggins. Ace's new vehicle and my new vehicle. Not cars, but broadcast vehicles.
Yeah.
Vehicles. So here is this this poor woman who just found out that that she was icky in the past. Her name is Victoria Hill, and she lives in Connecticut. She's 39. She recently made a gut-wrenching discovery after it was revealed that her mother was wrongfully artificially inseminated by fertility doctor Burton Caldwell, allegedly without consent. That's what CNN says.
Oh.
Now, I'm getting this from the New York Post, so don't anybody think that I ever would go to CNN for anything. Ever. For political reasons. So after she mustered up the courage to tell her close friends, including her former boyfriend in high school, who is her half brother, she's now completely distraught. So the guy, this is one of these situations. I don't know if it's the famous case of that doctor. It's not. It's a different case of, I guess, the doctor inseminating his patients himself. And now there are children in the area that all have the same father and they don't know it. And this is a case where she found out that he's her father and he's also the father of her boyfriend that she had in high school. So she dated her half brother and they didn't know that they were even related.
So had the mom gone in to be artificially inseminated, but he just switched it out with his?
Yeah.
Okay.
The wrongfully part was with his seed.
At first, I misunderstood. I thought you meant she didn't realize she was being inseminated. I was like, how does that even happen? But okay.
She said he had told her that it was going to be like one of the students at the medical college and used his. I just saw this story.
Yeah, and she said that when she contacted the doctor and was telling him about it, she said he was not in any way apologetic. Wow. He never said that he shouldn't have done that or that he should have paid more attention or anything like that. All he wanted to know was basically how intelligent she is.
Oh, he is one of those.
Because, he's a doctor and he's intelligent. You want to know if his offspring was intelligent.
That's horrible.
So he's like, okay, well, all right. So I'm just curious. What are your scholastic achievements? Have you made something good of yourself? Like, how intelligent are you?
And I know that she didn't know when she was in high school, but I still think today, you find that information out, and it's kind of like, oh, that's You feel
Probably
weird. You got to feel
nightmares
kind of
about it.
dirty or something, even though you didn't do anything wrong. You did nothing wrong.
And I think they may be bringing a lawsuit or two.
Well, I would hope.
And she's hot.
Yeah, she is pretty.
And she said when she found out, she asked her boyfriend, like, can you take one of those 23andMe? And he just texted her back. She showed her phone. It just said, you are my sister.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, she is very pretty, except she's got a nose ring. Oh, I'm sorry, Alexis. I didn't mean that.
Whatever, dude.
What would you do? I mean, if you're the guy too. I mean, she's the one in the news story, but I mean, if you find out that you had a love in high school that is that closely related to you, a half sibling, half sister. I mean, the guy's going to be feeling icky as well.
Sure.
But what can you do? I mean, there's nothing, there's literally nothing you can do about it.
I know, but it would be one of those situations where I would probably just be going on about life, and then at least 6 or 7 times a day it would hit me, and I'd just go, ooh. You know how you do that when you think about something that you've seen that's gross or something that's fresh on your mind?
Cringy. Would you tell your ex? Because she told him, right? She was like, hey, I need you to take the test.
Yeah.
That's how he found out about it.
Of course I would, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I would want. I'd just pretend like it didn't happen.
Well, except Jody probably wouldn't want me contacting an ex, even if she were my sister.
Although
she's like that. She's protective of her man, like Jennifer Lopez is.
Although, if you contact the ex and it turns out to be true, that's got to help build the case for the lawsuit, so it could make it more profitable for you.
Yeah. Plus, I think he would just need to know, because now all of these people need to know.
Sure.
Because at this point, I would think before you get into a relationship with anybody, y'all should just go take a DNA test together to make sure that you're not related. If you're in this small area where they're from in Connecticut,
if they
or
grew up,
Indiana or wherever it was when it happened.
If they say they grew up in that town, you're like, okay, we need to get checked out here.
Yeah.
How about if you find out about it after you're married and have kids? Then what do you do? Do you stay with that person? Even you already had kids with them? And you're married?
That's a really good question. I don't think you can. I don't know. You got kids.
You mean legally?
Yeah, I didn't even think about legal. I don't know. That's just so weird. I would.
Like you already built a life. Your kids are 10, 11.
You would never be able to be intimate with that person again, because every time you would go to hug them or tell you, be like, well, actually, you're my sister.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
And how is that just as a, you're waiting for the results, and you come home and you go, honey, I know we've been married for 15 years, but I need you to take this blood test to make sure we're not brother and sister. You think you're sweating out a pregnancy test waiting on it to turn, positive or negative on the stick. Try to be waiting on the results of a test to determine whether or not you're married to your sibling.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, God.
Craziness, man. It's craziness. Wow. People just in there doing and fooling around.
Before you know it,
they don't even know.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen with these fertility clinics and all now is they're going to have video of the person giving the donation.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this could happen all the time.
Well, what if? But he can have all the donations. He can just easily swap out the donations.
I mean, like have some sort of a system that's all on camera and documented.
Like a tracker.
This goes here and this goes here. So if you ever saw the doctor going in and taking something out of a locker, one of the ice things, you go, what is he doing? Why is he even donating anything?
Yeah. That's true.
If he comes in with a DIY, he's like, oh, you're here early today. Yeah, I needed to get a jump on some work. Yeah. Go check the tape. If he walked in with a bag and he's not eating lunch in the office, you need to do something.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Somebody on the social medias, I believe it's the TikTok, has done something that a lot of people are saying is immoral. I don't know about it. I don't know whether I would say it is or not. We'll find out what everybody else thinks coming up next.
It's a radio show, it's a podcast, and it's a TV show. Watch the Ace and TJ show anytime. Just search for Ace TJ TV on YouTube. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Should you buy? Should you sell? How do I present my house if I do want to sell it? All of those questions can be answered by the experts, and they can take care of you with the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team knows everything there is to know about selling, marketing, and buying houses. So get in touch with them today at acetj.com/Temple team. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty.
The United States truly is a special place.
The land of the free.
A real melting pot of cultures from all over the world.
Where men, women, and children are given the opportunity to pursue their own little slice of life, liberty, and happiness.
And what better way to celebrate our rich history than with some sweet President's Day furniture deals?
Right now you can save up to $200 on select queen beds. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Share Funny is now a little bit extra. Don't miss the Extra Funny podcast, live every weekday on the Ace and TJ Family app or anytime wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Make sure you got that Ace and TJ Family app. If you've been listening to the regular old app, and you're like, oh, this is not that great, and you having to battle it, then that's your fault at this point, because we've been telling you for a long time there's a better app for the Ace and TJ show out there. It's called the Ace and TJ Family app. You need to pay attention. Maybe, though, your app had shut down and had cut out when we told you there was a new app, and that's how you missed it. I get it. Do you have to tell people it's in the App Store? And they know where they get apps, right?
Yeah. Sometimes.
I mean, come on. If somebody's got to tell you where to go get apps on your phone, then you don't know how to operate an app even if you had it, right?
Well, that's true.
We can also just tell people to go to acetj.com/app, and it'll guide them.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob.
No problem.
Even though I wasn't even remotely asking about that. Whatever.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
But if they don't know where to get apps on their phone, then they don't know how to go to a website on their phone.
Yeah, probably.
You may be right.
That's fair.
They trying to type in a website on a IBM typewriter
on a spreadsheet.
They got the laptop with the nipple in the middle of it.
Yeah. It weighs about 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So there's a person on the TikTok that admitted to something, and then people started acting like this person was crazy and sorry and rotten. I think it might have been a guy. I'm not sure. His grandmother died, and then after the funeral, he was trying to sell the flowers to a place. I get the place that sells used clothing and secondhand stuff and all that, to sell the flowers from his grandmother's funeral, so he could, make a little money off of them. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, really.
They're like real flowers?
Yeah. Because, why would you not? You got beautiful flower arrangements that were expensive. Yeah. And what's a young single guy going to do with a bunch of flowers?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
What if your boyfriend came home, Alexis, say you're not engaged, but he's just a boyfriend that came and brought you some beautiful flowers, a nice arrangement, and then you found out that he had gotten them cheap because they were in somebody's funeral?
Oh, God.
Would that be a problem?
I don't know, because I don't like the energy that's in those flowers. It's not about the flower. It's not about them being reused. It's just like it was for a funeral. I don't know.
Right. So you wouldn't mind if they're secondhand flowers as long as they didn't come from a negative place.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
You just aren't fine with that boyfriend you had that brought you roses that he stole out of somebody's garden.
And they had thorns on them, and one thorn cut me, so I didn't like that.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that was the Lord's thorn is what that was for stealing.
It's funny though. These are beautiful. How'd you get these so cheap? Where'd you get them? Oh, it's the guy's grandmother's funeral. Get these out of here.
No, they got bad vibes.
Yeah, so the price of them wouldn't matter. It's just where they came from.
Yeah.
Even though she died of natural causes, not like she was murdered or anything.
And they're like full of love.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it depends. I need to know how the person died.
Yeah, you're gonna need to look at the death certificate, the coroner's report.
How did she die?
Like if I had tried to do this when my mom died of Alzheimer's, you'd have been okay with that? Because like they were there, it was just a celebration of life. There was a lot of love.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Okay, now if I'd tried to sell off the ones after Peyton's funeral from a car crash.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, you
okay.
just keep those.
Because I think this guy may be onto something here and open up a whole new market.
But how long can you have? I mean, they're going to start wilting though. That's the thing.
Question. They can't charge a lot because it's got to move. You got to move fast on that
Yeah,
stuff.
it has to be a quick turnaround.
Yeah, which I think would be worth it. I would just say that you could sell just locally. They go into it could be like going into a flower pawn shop or something. Like if you go into the florist and they're like, okay, I got all of these. They're still fresh. You can put a little orange clearance sign on them. Like they do meat that's about to expire.
How long will they be? Will they be good for?
It's for like a few days. I feel like.
Well, it depends.
A week, tops.
Yeah.
So you pick up like, hey, for $20, you can have these. $25. You can have these in your house for a week. Oh, cool, great.
Right.
How do you come up with this idea to sell those flowers?
That's a hustler right there.
Well, because
I respect
flowers,
it.
Rob, are so ungodly expensive. I mean, they are ridiculous. And I'm thinking, if I'm sitting there and I'm a young guy and I don't have any money, I'm thinking, I bet you that bouquet cost $150.
Sure.
I could get 20 for it.
That's what you're thinking about at the funeral.
Yeah.
Not my grandma. I bet I could sell these flowers.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
The Ace and TJ Show.
Nana would have wanted it that way. Okay, a Jody double standard. I like to point out double standards all the time, and there's a Jody one coming up next.
Live on your radio and anytime you want on the Ace and TJ Family app or wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
It is. That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting. There's no appraisal. I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com. It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime. Thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics. Neogenics.
Bradham Brothers offers heating, air, and electrical installation and service that you can trust. Their family business has served thousands of customers with honesty and a smile for over 50 years. Go to bradhambrothers.com to schedule service or a free estimate today.
Great food, great drinks, great service, and great atmosphere. You can find them all at one place. Fahrenheit on South Caldwell in Uptown Charlotte, 21 stories above the city. Get details and make reservations at acetj.com/Fahrenheit.
This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
Now, just because I like to point out double standards, usually when it's men and women kind of things where, one gets, well, y'all know what a double standard is. I don't have to explain that. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that it is what it is, as the kids say. My wife is full of double standards when it comes to, just like most other cases, when it comes to my actions toward her versus her actions toward me.
Right.
So I cook a lot, and sometimes I will think of something that I want to cook, while I'm at work or while I'm out running around, and then I'll go to the store and buy the ingredients that I need, and then I'll try to go from memory to see, okay, well, we don't need cayenne pepper, we don't need this, but it is very upsetting to my wife whenever I buy something that we already had, and she'll let me know about it. Well, we didn't need paprika. We already got. I just bought a new thing of paprika. We don't need, I'm sorry. I just didn't remember. I guess I should have checked, or I should have called you to check before I went to the store. There was something that she was going to cook the other night. She walked in with an onion, and I was like, "This is my opportunity." I said, "Hey, Jody, I have a whole bag of onions in the pantry in there. You didn't need to buy an onion." And she goes, "Well, now we got another one."
Yeah.
Well,
I had a whole bag of onions in there. Well, now we got another one.
It doesn't matter that, to your paprika example, you're going to eventually need more paprika anyway. So, no problem. Now we're ahead of the game. She still gets upset with you for doing that.
Yeah.
But onion, she does it. We got another one. It's fine.
Right. And when I do it, it's almost like, I've ordered too much inventory. We got to move this we got before we start ordering new stuff.
What would she say if you said the same thing to her?
She'd probably just go, "Well, I mean, we don't really need to be spending money that we already got stuff in here." Yeah, there would be more to it than me just kind of laughing to myself and walking off.
And onions are expensive right now, so one onion will put you back a couple of dollars.
Love that. Well,
Right.
Now we got another one.
I love that you were like, now's my chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna show her.
He saw it as an opportunity to get back at her.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
It's amazing. We're going to recap everything for you coming up in the Week in Review.
It's radio. It's a podcast. It's the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show. More next.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culvers.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.